Hello and welcome back to the infinite swirling space of hyperspace. You're Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. We have, we've escaped Baragas with a bit of an explosive end. And now, apparently we're stuck on a course to Telos, which is apparently the only thing that was in the navigational computers. Speaking of navigational computers, we can have a look at it. No, those are the security systems. We have no need to have a look at that. What do we have here? Aha! Surprise! T3M4! I'm going to interrupt your welding for a bit of a chat. You're still spiking. We're going to ask some programming spikes from T3M4 soon, but I'll save that for off screen. I don't want to bother you with that, I suppose. You look like you've suffered a lot of damage over these years. Yes. How much damage? So you've lost a lot of programs in your behavioral core, in addition to the damage to your frame. Well, since you have saved us, I'm glad to have you along, else we would be very, very dead. Drifting as corpses in space. That's not how I want to end. So we can maybe repair something. You look like you need some routine maintenance. What do you mean, credentials? I know what I'm doing. Fine, never mind then. Let me ask you some other questions. Maybe I can upgrade your memory core a bit then. What deet? Look, I'll be careful, trust me. Well, forget it then, some other time. So we apparently don't have enough influence that D3 doesn't trust us. Plus the droid. That's an HK unit, but it's not working. This looks like the remains of an HK unit, but older, more corroded than the ones you've encountered in Paragas. Its power core carries a charge, but a number of critical parts appear to be missing. Diagnose. Let's have a look at this droid. It looks like this droid is missing 4 critical components. Its droid processor, a replacement droid chassis, a control cluster that's supposed to be stored in the chassis, and its vocabulator. Well, we do have a vocabulator already that I ripped off the pieces of that cursed HK-51 unit. You've installed the droid vocabulator! And we don't have anything else, so I guess this thing remains inactive for a while. Right, let's speak with Kreia then. See how much pain she indeed is, according to Aten. Meditating or such?
Have you come for more answers? There is little more left to give.
Well, your other hand, I suppose. When you lost your hand, I felt it too.
That does not surprise me, any more than you hearing my thoughts when we were apart. The pain, however, was unexpected. If I could, I would have shielded you from it.
Then consider the pain a lesson.
I do not need your condescension nor your lectures.
Yeah.
If anyone needs training and guidance, it is you.
The pain I felt when I lost my hand. What if it had been more intense then?
I do not know. I fear that. The consequences would have been more extreme.
More extreme? It felt like my hand was being dipped in molten carbonite.
Then the sensation you would feel upon my death might be less than that, though much quicker.
Would it have been lethal then?
Possibly, yes, and I fear it works both ways. I would not wish to test it, nor should you.
Indeed. Then we'll need to work together. Try to be careful until we can fix this.
When battle is upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at Paragus.
How could this bond have occurred then?
I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond is strong and its roots run deep. It seems the force flows easily between us. When one of us manipulates the force to heal or strengthen ourselves, the other is aided as well.
You and Kreia possess a force change special ability. When either of you uses a force power on yourself, the other gains a benefit as well.
A powerful technique indeed, though, as we have noticed, it has its drawbacks.
When we were on Paragus, I started to feel the force again, and it has been long since that has happened.
Indeed. And was it the same as before?
No, it felt different. Faint.
If my suspicions are correct, perhaps the damage the Jedi Council did was not as permanent as they thought. It is not an easy thing to cut one off from the Force.
Wait, the Jedi did this to me?
What did you believe? That you suddenly lost your connection with the Force without reason?
But to cut off one from the Force, it's like losing all your senses at once.
Indeed it is. It is much like losing one's ability to listen, or being put into a deep sleep, unable to awaken to the galaxy around you. Such a thing has been done before, when Jedi have pronounced sentence on their own, and exiled them as they did you.
If the Jedi were not already dead, I would end their lives for doing this to me.
It is possible that such a thing can be undone. Still, even so, the chances of the Jedi undoing such a thing for a traitor is a slim thing at best, assuming they yet live.
But you said it was possible. How?
Our link may have had other consequences. Perhaps you can hear the Force again, distantly, through me. If so, then there is hope. I may be able to teach you, train you to feel the Force again, and if you will not allow me to help you, then other Jedi must train you, or undo the damage they have done.
You seem smart enough, wise enough about these things. I will honor whatever training you wish to give me.
Do not honor me, fallen Jedi. Honor it by listening and learning. Do that, and perhaps we shall survive this thing, you and I. I offer to train you to become strong again, to know the ways of the Force, and to hear the Force sing within you as it once did.
I will accept you as a teacher, for now.
Then our training shall begin. Whenever I travel with you, I shall impart what I can to you through my words and presence.
You seem knowledgeable, Kreia. I have other questions to ask of you.
Ask, and I will answer.
But I need to know more about these Sith that are hunting us.
These Sith, they seek the death of all Jedi, as have all the Sith, since the Jedi Order was first split.
First split?
Yes, the Jedi Civil War is not the first one of its kind. Thousands of years ago, the Jedi had another civil war that split the Order. It was a terrible thing. A faction among the Jedi abandoned the teachings of the Order, following their own path. They waged war on their fellow Jedi, a war that raged across the galaxy. But these fallen Jedi were cast out, defeated, and they retreated to worlds in the Outer Rim. Over time, they took on the mantle of the Lords of the Sith, but in their hearts they never forgot the Jedi. The hatred for the Jedi Order burns in their veins like fire and echoes in their teachings. Revan tasted it, as Malak did.
So the Sith, they continue a crusade?
In a manner of speaking, they are different from Malak in that they are concerned only with the destruction of the Jedi. For them, it is all that matters, all that ever mattered. It is a different war these Sith wage, a thing of silence and shadow. They strike from the darkness, hiding from the face of the galaxy until all Jedi are exterminated. After all the Jedi are gone, then the galaxy is theirs, no matter whether the Sith or the Republic rules. It is the dark side that shall reign, unchecked.
A slithering corruption beneath the surface. That is a frightening thing indeed. The Sith on Paragus knew some basic Force techniques, but they were incredibly weak.
I believe them to be the result of special teachings. Their apparent weakness against you is evidence of this. Those Sith assassins can sense their prey through the Force. It is like a hunger. They feed and grow stronger when they are near Force sensitives. The stronger their prey is in the Force, the deadlier they become. As long as you were cut off from it, you were able to evade their sight. But after Paragus, I fear that you will be no longer shielded from their eyes, or the eyes of their masters. The stronger you grow, the more will come.
Great. Fine, no other questions I really need to ask of you, Sir Kreia.
Ask, and I will answer.
Oh, Oswald. So, can you tell me what exactly happened since the Mandalorian Wars?
Much has happened in the galaxy in your absence, and since the defeat of the Mandalorians at Malachor 5.
So tell me about these Mandalorian Wars. What happened throughout them?
It is a tale you already know well. Almost a decade ago, the Mandalorians began preying on the Republic, bringing the fires of war to many planets along the Outer Rim. Their predations continued, winning victory after victory, until the Republic finally begged the Jedi Council for aid.
Yes, I remember that. The Council agreed but did not move fast enough, so we had to.
Indeed, the Jedi Council counseled caution and patience to assess the Mandalorian threat as the Outer Rim burned.
Well, yes, I know that part. Still, Revan and Malak refused to wait. They were the leaders.
2 Jedi Knights, Revan and Malak, defied the Jedi Council. They challenged the Mandalorian fierceness and brutality on the battlefield with a viciousness of their own. Revan's entrance into the conflict marked the true beginning and end of the war. It was Revan who drove the Mandalorians back into the unknown regions.
Until we destroyed them at Malachor 5.
Yes, I have heard tales of Malachor 5 and Revan's part in it. I know you served there in that final battle. It must have been a terrible thing.
Many Jedi at Malachor 5 and died, and the conflict split the Jedi Order.
You speak the truth. The war's end was merely another beginning, and what seemed a victory for the Republic was far from it. Many believed the Mandalorians defeated at Malachor V, but the Mandalorians taught the Jedi much through battle, and so it was that Malak, Revan, and the Jedi that followed them discovered their true natures in the Mandalorian Crusade. But you know this.
So, what shall we answer? This is all quite a bit of interesting history. You kind of can paint a bit of a color of it from the witnesses of someone who was there, I guess. But some battles, they must be fought. It was not Revan's failing.
Did Revan fail? Or was it the failure of the Jedi teachings? A question for another time, perhaps. As Revan and Malak fought the Mandalorians in battle after battle, they grew to despise weakness, just as the Mandalorians did. In the end, the Mandalorians had taught them through conflict, shaped the Jedi, and turned them into a weapon against the Republic.
So, the enemy turns the enemy not to their side, but basically to their mirror, equal. And then that was the Jedi Civil War that broke out.
Revan and Malak, and all the Jedi that served them, turned against the Republic and the Jedi Order. Jedi fought Jedi. Revan was ambushed by the Jedi and captured. Malak continued to wage war in his master's place, inflicting terrible wounds on the Republic. Wounds that bleed still.
Whatever happened to Malak?
As all Sith do, without a strong enemy, the Sith turned on each other. Revan escaped the Jedi and returned to finish Malak, and that was the end of the Jedi Civil War.
Does Revan, does he still live?
No one knows, certainly not I. After defeating Malak, Revan left the Republic, and there are none who know where she has gone. It is said that the Sith remnants turned on themselves after Revan defeated Malak, reducing Korriban to ruin as the Republic still bleeds and struggles for life. Where Revan wanders now, I do not know.
So Revan turned against Malak for the sake of the Republic?
It would seem that way from a certain point of view, perhaps. The Jedi Civil War left wounds that have yet to heal. We shall see if the Republic has the strength to survive.
If the Republic was weak, it didn't deserve to win.
Perhaps. It is sometimes difficult to find the truth in the Jedi Civil War. Was it the Republic that defeated Malak, or was it Revan? If it was Revan, then the Republic was never truly tested.
So, what does that matter exactly?
A culture's teachings, and most importantly the nature of its people, achieve definition in conflict. They find themselves or find themselves lacking. Too long did the Republic remain unchallenged. It is a stagnant beast that labors for breath and has for centuries. The Jedi Order was the heart that sustained its sickness. Now the Jedi are lost. We shall see how long the Republic can survive.
Indeed. We shall see. So perhaps it's better that the Republic stands on its own without the Jedi.
We shall see. The Jedi Civil War cost the Republic much. The resources of the Sith seemed limitless. The Republic's was not. Fleets of warships, soldiers, and people were lost. Entire planets were decimated. Their inhabitants dead or refugees. It is a great burden for any civilization to bear. And this new threat, it is a quiet thing. Unlike the Jedi Civil War, it drives at something deeper than the strength of the Republic. It is aimed at you.
How unpleasant. Why is this? Is this because I am supposedly the last Jedi?
The Republic was never what was important, ever. It was but a shell that surrounds the Jedi, just as the teachings of the Jedi are a shell surrounding the heart of man. You see, the war, the true war, has never been one waged by droids or warships or soldiers. They are but crude matter, obstacles against which we test ourselves. The true war is waged in the hearts of all living things, against our own natures, light or dark. That is what shapes and binds this galaxy, not these creations of man. You are the battleground, and if you fall, the death of the Republic will be such a quiet thing, a whisper, that shall herald the darkness to come.
That sounds awfully, you place a rather big weight on me there, Kreia.
Ask,
Right,
and I will
more
answer.
Question. What do we do now?
I do not know. The Sith struck more swiftly than I thought, and they will not stop until they have you in their grasp. If you fall, all the galaxy will echo it.
Still, we can't keep running until they catch us. That's just delaying the inevitable.
It does not matter where we go. It is not the destination that matters. It is the journey. All paths will take us to the end, whatever it may be, and no matter how strongly we fight against it. For now, we are bound for Telos, and that is enough.
Enough? Enough for what?
Before the war, Jedi who failed their training were sent to the fields of Telos to serve the galaxy, not as Jedi Knights, but as farmers and laborers. The destruction of Telos was complete. I doubt any Jedi remain. Yet there may be echoes of their passing. We shall see.
Look, we don't have time to scour an entire planet for Jedi relics.
Then I am left with nothing more than we had already. My faith in you and your ability to meet what comes.
This is a lot to take in. I'll need time to reflect on this.
I would see to that fool in the cockpit and remind him of our destination. I would not want him attempting to veer from Telos.
Aten isn't so bad. Well, maybe he is.
He is a fool and an imbecile. His potential lies downwards, not up. Watch that one. His thoughts are slippery. I do not trust him, and nor should you. Such a man serves himself first, and his allies next.
Bad servant then. Bad ally then. We got a little bit of dark side's reputation, hooray! Oh, this is nicely cleaned up, I guess. Ooh, now we can unlock this. Bizarre card, a Jedi robes, and some implants. Nice. So, before we speak with the fool, I think we'll leave that for the next episode, as that was quite a bit of dialogue we just got unloaded on, and a lot of history and telling of the Jedi and the Jedi Civil War. Not very nicely told, I think. So, yes, let's level up real quick, and then save things up and talk with the fool in the next episode. Or is it Aten? Yeah, it's Aten. So we're pretty smack dab neutral, slowly creeping towards dark side, but we'll see how we get there. If we get there. So we have another point. I think we'll put it in Constitution. Skills. Let's see. Computer use. Yeah, these we all want high up. And we have 1 point left. And I think we'll, for a change, put it in treat injury. And what type of force power shall we take? We already got dominate mind, so we're good on the mental powers. Can't really pick anything of the second category just yet, I guess. So let's see, what do we have? Force barrier? That's okay. Force deflection, well, hopefully we will get a lightsaber eventually, so then this won't be too important. Stun droid, okay, but I got lightning for that. Wound's pretty good. Slow. I'm tempted to go slow. We can't take Drain Life or Full Suppression yet, sadly. Can we take Drain Force? Oh yes, this will be good for us. I think we'll take Drain Force. Bit of learning from the hungry Civ assassins that are after us. Well then, next episode we go meet and have a long chat with Atten. So until then,